How you doing, everybody? Arcader Zero here. Yesterday I did a reaction video to this girl. I can't remember the name of the channel, but someone recommended me that I watch it, so I did. I did a reaction video to it, and I posted it. Then YouTube said, "Hey, if you watch that one, you might want to watch this one," because I guess she posted a new one yesterday. And I watched a little bit of it. I'll be honest with you, so it's not a full reaction, first time reaction, but I didn't watch the whole thing because I had a place to be. So I'm gonna watch it again. I don't know what else she has to complain about. She's already complained about DnD wanting to make money, thinking of new ways to bring people in, making movies. She complained about that, making toys. These are all things that she's against. It's monetization, which is a goal of every business, every company that's out there. Make no mistake. You know, even the toy companies, even the D&D companies, role-playing game companies, the people that make Pathfinder, they don't do it for charity. They want to make money at the end of it. But anyway, so let's see what else she can add to this. This one is titled the One DnD Scandal. She still thinks it's a scandal. I don't know. Changes everything. So let's listen to see what she has to say.
There is a huge scandal occurring in the Dungeons and Dragons sphere right now. The role-playing community is basically in meltdown. I haven't seen this much
The role-playing community is in meltdown. In meltdown? Jesus Christ. Maybe her picture I froze it on. I'm sorry. I'm sure she's a very nice person in real life. She's just a little passionate about this.
Conversation online since Orion was accused of cheating in Critical Role. And it's not an exaggeration to say that this is probably the most important moment in D&D's history, at least within the last couple of decades. We're starting from just after the period of time when the Puritans and their big hats were prowling the Steam channels hunting for role players to burn, and the upcoming scandal of 2031 when all the DMs get replaced by AI. It's coming. I'm talking, of course, about One DnD, the new edition of Dungeons & Dragons that is designed to go digital. The one that is being built.
I can't take her seriously. I'm sorry. I'm holding onto my desk. When I laugh, I shake, and it's shaking the camera. Yeah, go digital. This is absolutely... I'm able to play with friends across countries. The role-playing buds that I had in the 80s I can play with now, just because digital tool sets are out there. You know, you've got D&D Beyond. You've got... Roll20 for like Savage Worlds, and I use Foundry Virtual Tabletop for Star Wars and other games. I mean, that is the future of gaming right there. So, it's kind of hard for me to travel from Florida to Rhode Island to sit down at a table and play with a friend, but online we can do it.
Built alongside a virtual tabletop so that Wizards of the Coast, the owners of Dungeons & Dragons, can design it to rinse as much money out of players as possible. Wait, that doesn't sound fun. Where have I seen this one before?
Oh, another commercial. Oops. Yeah, they want to they want to earn money. They look at different things that, we might end up liking and say, okay, well, let's sell that to them. They sell it.
No, not everyone is concerned. There has been a multitude of responses to One DnD and the VTT tabletop system that's coming alongside it. Some of these responses, though, I think are very unhelpful and hinder our ability as role players, as hobbyists, as consumers to push back on excessive corporate greed.
I mean, if you really want to push back, oh, my hair's all fucking weird. It's like doing these little devil horn things. If you really want to push back, don't buy it. You don't like it, don't buy it. That's how the market works. I do not like that. I will not buy that. I like that. I will buy that. You sitting here and fantasizing about what may or may not come. isn't doing anything.
There is a not insignificant proportion of people saying that worrying about the monetization of One DnD at this juncture is just being alarmist, that it's a doomsaying, that those of us who are concerned about this upcoming crisis are merely screeching that the sky is falling. But
I can see that. You know, I mean, I won't discredit somebody's fears over something, but I think she has an awful lot of fear, you know. It's on the path to the dark side, see what it would say.
I don't screech! Some claim that there's no evidence that D&D will be twisted into a digital storefront via One DnD and the virtual tabletop.
I think D&D is not going to ban selling books, okay? That's kind of like the big thing that they do, okay? If One DnD, if they said no more books, yeah, there'd be an issue with that. But ultimately, it's really up to you know, the dungeon masters and the players and everything else. Buy the books, you leave out the rules you don't want, introduce rules you do want.
Wizards are working on. That instead, this new version of Dungeons & Dragons will be good for role players. To this, I say, fee! You don't need a weatherman to see which way the wind is blowing here. The overall community reaction of fear, anger, and alarm is perfectly reasonable in my opinion.
I don't see this I only see it from her. If somebody else can point me to other videos where people are freaking out about this as much as she is, please do. Comment down below, leave me a link, and I'll watch it. But, yeah, the D&D is looking at, well, gee, people are going out to Hero Forge and building their own minis and digital minis. They're building digital minis on Hero Forge and, you know, making their tokens, their icons for online play. You know, I'm paying what, like a good, I can't even remember, like $30 to $40 for a mini or a custom one. That's not too bad.
Because Wizards of the Coast have told us, let me repeat this, they have told us what their plans are with the brand of D&D. The D&D community is extremely worried right now about excessive monetization of D&D. And that...
You know, she does so many funny voices in this. I bet you she would be an excellent dungeon master if she applied herself. You know, she's very... she's almost like a car salesman, like some freaked out car salesperson.
That fear isn't based on blind speculation. It's based on the plans that have been revealed to Hasbro shareholders. It's based on the things that the...
Once again, if you're making... I wonder what... If she had to make the presentation to the shareholders on a plan for profitability and moving forward into increasing profits, what would she suggest? How would she suggest that? Would she go and say, I don't think we should. I don't think we should earn more money. I don't think we should introduce new tools at all. I want everything status quo. I want everything the way it was. It's almost like a very conservative mindset. You know, conservatives, you know, they yearn to hold on to the past, and they're very reluctant to change anything in that aspect. I'm not calling her a conservative. I don't know her. But she has that kind of like, I don't want anything to change, okay? It's enough I have to buy a book, and I have to go to Kinko's to print out character sheets and shit like that. Which is what I used to do. I used to pay for character sheets. I get a whole bunch at a time, too. Still have them hanging up on my wall.
President of Wizards of the Coast have said with her mouth from those words. Something like that. Let me directly quote Cynthia Williams, president of Wizards of the Coast here. In regards to One DnD, she said, digital will allow us to offer a lot more options to create rewarding experiences post-sale that helps us unlock the type of recurrent spending you see.
Fuck, another fucking commercial. God damn it.
See, in digital games, where more than 70% of the revenue in digital gaming comes post-sale.
Let me read that again. Digital will allow us to offer a lot more options to create rewarding experiences post-sale. That helps us unlock the type of recurrent spending that you see in digital games, where more than 70% of the revenue in digital game comes post-sale. I can agree with that, okay? Every single game system is doing that, like just about every single one. I don't know. Some of the games I play, Guild Wars, they do that. I enjoy it, okay? I don't have to pay anything if I don't want to, but if I see something I want, I can buy it, okay? Market decides. Boom, done. Overwatch. Okay, everybody's complaining about, oh, now you have to pay to get the skins, or you have to jump through so many hoops. Well, yeah, that kind of, you see something cool, okay, what do I need to do to get that? You know, that Overwatch isn't a pay to win. Your characters are the same throughout. Guild Wars is a little bit different because you can pay to level up to 80. You can just buy a level up package. But Guild Wars is a game that's set up. It's not about that level grind. It's about the stories. It's about the PvP, the world versus world, the crafting. There's lots of things to do in there. Yeah, money can make it a little bit easier, but you're still in it for an experience with your friends. So, you know, it's like the one guy who buys a fucking, you know, $80 brass mini, that funky mini. So I agree with this, you know, and I'm looking forward to that because I do the majority of my gaming digital now.
Let me run this corporate talk through the bullshit translation device. This means...
All right, so she's saying it's bullshit. She's saying that the D&D person is lying. So it's not... I'll listen. I'll let her complete her sentence. Go ahead. It's rude of me to interrupt.
Subscription fees and or microtransactions in a D&D...
I already pay a subscription now to D&D Beyond. Okay? I got the Dungeon Master bundle, so I can share... you know, my content and everything else. I also buy everything double. I buy the book, I buy it on D&D Beyond. So I have all the content there digitally. You know, so there's a subscription. We've already have a subscription, okay? And you can use it or you don't have to, okay? Like I said, stay in the basement, play with your friends. And I don't mean the basement as an insult at all. You know, it's more of a, you know, I lived in the basement. So.
Digital storefront, or more likely, both of these things. They are coming to Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, bring it. You don't have to use it.
That's what the president of Wizards of the Coast is telling shareholders. Wow.
That's what shareholders want to hear. How are we going to make money? You know, you bitch about it all you want, but come up with another idea. Say, Wizards of the Coast, this is how you should make money. This is a better way. This is a more ethical way. This is whatever you believe, say it. Because I'm on board with that.
On a phone call with Chris Cox, the CEO of Hasbro, Wizards' parent company.
I honestly think she's going to have a heart attack or something. She's so high strung. Like she's, you know, drank a lot of coffee or did a lot of cocaine.
And I'm of the
I'm not saying she does cocaine. I don't know her.
Opinion that if someone tells you who they are, you should take them at their word. It's not alarmist to worry about what Wizards plan for the future of D&D. They've told us their plans, and they're...
My big worry is that they produce a decent game. I didn't like 4th edition that much. I like the art. But I didn't like 4th edition that much, okay? And it seems like they started listening. They looked at Pathfinder. They saw the success there. So how can we make it better? That's my only concern. And so far, they've been doing good. And I can't judge First E. Well, I can kind of because we have PDFs and they're releasing. They're asking for our feedback. So that allays a lot of our fears. And so far, everything in it looks really good. And the digital storefront, digital tabletop, bring it on. Been waiting for something like this.
Their plans are the scandal. We know what this recurrent spending looks like. It will be like any other modern video game digital storefront. This isn't...
She really doesn't like video games. Yeah. I mean, my whole channel's Arcader Zero, and I put a D20 in the center, but I've got a whole arcade, you know. I mean, look, there's an arcade there. There's a tiny arcade here, Neo Geo. And I got an E-Grade 2, you know. I got Polybius there. But, yeah, that's the modern evolution of video games. I used to have to walk, like, 2 miles with a handful of quarters to play a video game. Okay? Now I can sit in my house and play all I want.
An assumption.
Now the commercial.
This is just taking Wizards of the Coast at their word. They are the ones telling us that video games are their inspiration. So as a D&D player, you can...
Well, they're not producing a video game, but they are producing an online platform. And online platforms like video games, they're looking at the models, the business models.
Expect subscription fees, battle passes, loot boxes, skins, all of these in your future if we just simply listen.
See, I don't know. I don't think they've thought through for loot boxes or anything else. You know, I don't really see how that would work in. I think she's speculating now.
To what Wizards of the Coast are telling us. This is what revenue post-sales looks like. And it wasn't unpredictable either. Wizards have witnessed D&D explode in popularity, and now they are trying to...
Well, I was going to froze it on a funny face. Well, but video games, okay, the reason why they're looking at that, because those video game models are profitable. People enjoy using that. People are using that. Whether or not they enjoy it, but they're using it, and they're spending money.
Aggressively monetize it and squeeze the...
Aggressively monetize. I don't know what that means. You want to monetize it, but don't... Let's start a business. You and me, and let's not make a lot of money. Let's make only a little bit. I mean, who goes into a business with that kind of mindset?
The existing player base for all they're worth. I hate to say this, but it is a tale as old as time. Or at least the 1800s. Hell, the CEO of Hasbro is a Microsoft executive originally.
Oh my goodness, there's the scandal. They hired somebody from one of the most profitable companies on the planet. Oh,
that's
shit.
where he cut his teeth. He's probably seen all his billionaire buddies rolling about in cash over in FIFA land, and now he wants a slice of that pie too. This ain't innovation to him, this is business as usual. And Wizards have begun laying track for this transition already. Just recently, they let us know that they are changing the D&D open game license to no longer cover third-party virtual tabletop services like Foundry, VTT, because they don't want those third parties competing with their own virtual tabletop service in the future. Places like...
All right, so what she's saying here is they're going to be an exclusive tabletop service. I mean, it's their brand, it's their product. I'd make the same decision, especially if I could come up with something that's superior to Roll20 and Foundry. And I think they can do it. I mean, their D&D Beyond character sheets and everything else are way better than Roll20. Roll20 is kind of like I know it's weird. I use it. I played Savage Worlds and D&D on it, but let's see. Go on.
Like Roll20 will have to engage in a contract negotiation with Dungeons and Dragons owners if they want to have Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my God. Worst thing in the world. Contract negotiation.
On their virtual tabletop. I don't think that Wizards are going to have as great a terms for them once they have a competitor in the market. Wizards are also hiring more staff to work on their digital offerings. 350 more people very recently.
So now you're complaining that they're hiring people. They're generating jobs for people to work on D&D.
creating a D&D companion app for phones right now. They want...
There's already a D&D companion app for phones. I've been bringing the phone to actual tabletop games, so I don't have to bring character sheets, dice, pencils, all that kind of stuff. Bring my phone. Bring my mini. Hope he doesn't die. All right? And sit down, play. Roll the dice right on the phone. Easy.
Digital services to be integrated with both virtual games and in-person games at your table. And Hasbro Wizards will inevitably make these integral to the game. Likely everyone will be using these tools in 5 years' time, and then...
Yeah, because that's evolution. Okay? All of a sudden, people are using their phones more than they use their desktops. People are performing more searches on their phones. People are using... their tablets, their phones. That's just the way the planet works.
And those are the tools that will be monetized aggressively. This ain't a hard push. This will gradually unfold over a few years. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow with a sick new purple hat, unless you make that happen. It will be a death by 1,000 cuts. The community will be warned.
A death by 1,000 cuts. I swear. Oh my goodness. I think I left a comment on her thing, I'm afraid she's going to have a heart attack. She should go play like Tiny Dungeons, That's not monetized hardly at all. I spent like $300 on Tiny Dungeons this month. Their Tiny D6 system.
Worn down and slowly acclimatized to this new monetized reality. And what was absurd to say today about D&D will soon become the norm in time. Video game players in 2007 wouldn't believe you if you told them about battle passes. And I know because I was there. The idea that people would pay for skins was absurd. Horse armor. And yet, loot boxes, season passes, weapon skins, cosmetic battle passes, and more are inextricably linked to video games in the modern era. Hell, we pay extra for blood DLC these days. Video games, to me, are a lost cause. But D&D, role-playing games, war games, there's still everything to play for there. Which is why I've set up a YouTube channel dedicated to covering more RPG content. It's called Dungeons and Discourse. Clever.
So she set up another channel? I gotta fix my light. Hold on.
Little pun, where you'll get more awesome content like this, covering the business side of TTRPGs and also gameplay stuff like DM advice.
So what's she doing on this channel? She's doing the same thing? She's setting up an additional channel? See, she talks about aggressive monetization. Hold on a second. Let's take a look at something. All right. Let's see what we have down here. You can shop her store. Monetization. What else you got here? Hold on. There's her new channel. Let's open that up. Oh, she's already got over 1,000 subscribers. Look at that. She's working her way out to monetizing that channel. And she got a Patreon. What's Patreon? That is a subscription service. Or you can just donate money. Let's see. Let's see what she's got on Patreon. $8.50 a month. Sailing $29.50 a month. She's doing the exact same shit she's complaining about. Maybe she's just like the figurehead for the channel or something, and she's starting up on her own. I don't know, but there's her Twitch. Oh. That's hypocritical.
You'll get at least one video a week, so go on over there right now and be one of the first subscribers to the channel. You'll have something to brag about to the grandkids about, if they haven't been replaced by AI in the future too. Plus, I got a video up over there right now talking about potentially...
So she's advertising her other channel now.
One of the biggest mistakes that Wizards of the Coast have ever made, and how it could blow up on...
The biggest mistakes Wizards of the Coast ever made.
Them at any moment. Seriously, I think they're about to step on a landmine and they don't even know it. And that landmine could take D&D with it. But hey, I'm not a fatalist. I think that as a community we have a lot of power, but the question is whether we'll use that or not. And that's why this is the most important moment in both D&D and tabletop role-playing history.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be a good moment.
Because make no mistake, if this works for Hasbro Wizards, then it'll be Vampire the Masquerade, Call of Cthulhu, Pathfinder, Powered by the Apocalypse, the next generation of games.
So let me get this straight. If Dungeons & Dragons does something that's popular, profitable, and enjoyable to the whole entire community, the other role-playing games will follow suit. Well, fucking duh, yeah.
And gamers who will all be next to potentially experience this radical shift. So if you're worried about excessive monetization of D&D and of other TTRPGs in the future...
I'm not, because I control my own fucking wallet. Mostly.
Then now is the time to let your voice be known. So please do join me on my dedicated role-playing game channel, Dungeons and Discourse, and I'll see you there. And there's a link to that channel or a video in that channel.
Now she's listening to all the people that give her money.
Here, maybe, hopefully. And there's a link to that channel in the description below. And as always, a huge thanks to my patrons, especially Sonic Bread and Games Workshop. What are you doing here? And I'll catch y'all next.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. I said it all during the thing. You know, Dungeons & Dragons is trying to create something that is modern. They understand what how people are playing, and yeah, they want to make money. I don't fault them for that. Okay, if there's something I don't see there's value, I won't buy it. Okay, but so far everything that they've talked about, all thumbs up. What do you guys think? Leave a comment, subscribe, like, do all the stuff that YouTube people tell you to do. Hope everybody's doing well. It is New Year's Eve. I hope everybody has a wonderful and safe New Year's. I guess I'll see you next year, unless I make another video today. She puts another one out today.